I'm not going to sit here and tell you life is going to be Ron Howard happy days every day. It's not going to be that way. Matter of fact, it's probably going to be the opposite. You see, the enemy is going to throw everything he has in his toolbox at you. Now, he can't stop you himself, but his objective is to get you to stop you. This message is for the struggle, for all those going through trials and tribulations. People in this world are going to fool you, disappoint you, turn their back on you. The closest around you are going to give up on you.
What's up, y'all? What's
and
up?
When things hit the fan,
It's grind, y'all. It's grind.
You're going to look around and you're going to be all alone. I'm just keeping it real with you because somebody out there needs to hear what I'm saying. This ain't a motivational video. Man, this is life. This ain't no game to me, and I know what you're going through. And I'm going to speak life into you right now. Nothing, listen to me. Nothing can stop you. God will never leave you nor forsake you, and that is all you need. There's a power inside of you that you can only discover when you are truly alone. This is the waves on a beach shore come in and out. People will do the same. Relationships are like music, and you should never make music with anybody who doesn't understand, appreciate, and value your lyrics. Sometimes you just gotta let these people go. You gotta know your worth. Sometimes you just gotta let them people go. People who appreciate you. Sometimes in this life, you gotta remind the world that's who you are. And you don't do this by telling them with your mouth. You tell them with your actions. You make your actions speak loud and proud to who you are. Don't let the world convince you that you're nobody. You're somebody who just don't know it yet. Do you hear what I'm saying, champion? I'm speaking to the champion in you. Ah, champion. The way of the warrior. Champion eyes. Get back up. My spirit cries. Fear dies. Choked out by a scream. The desire to climb and live out my dream. Take it for the team. Discipline reigns. I wanted too bad to listen to the pain. I'm a winner. To God be the glory. Tragedy and setbacks, an inspirational story. Warriors like me, we were strategically designed for struggle. Many before me gave up and quit. Acted all bad the first time they got hit. But see, blood don't scare me. I fear not death. Whatever it takes, champion, to be the best of the best. I was made for war. I cry out to heaven. Let an unstoppable, an immortal legend climb, I say, the unclimbable mountains. Kick it and punch it. I just keep on pounding. I found it. That deep desire to win. I remember defeat and I say, never again. See, warriors like me, we were born and strategically designed for the struggle. The way of the warrior, champion eyes, get back up, my spirit cries. Fear dies, choked out by the screams. The desire to come and live out my dreams. Take it for teams. Discipline reigns. I want it too bad to bow to pain. I'm a winner. here. Blood don't scare me. I fear not death. Whatever it takes shall be. To be the best of the best. Climb, I say. Be on top of a mountain. Kicking and pressing. I just keep on pounding. Because that's what we do. I'm Billy Owens Brooks, blessed and unstoppable. To God be the glory.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, everybody, man? Welcome to The Grind, the absolute realest show ever, man. You know what today is? Today is Freedom Friday. Guess what? Today, we just affectionately called it Freedom Friday. But guess what? Every day should be a freedom day for you. You should be free every single day. Ask yourself, if you don't feel free today, why are you not feeling free? What is stopping you? What's standing in the way of your freedom? What's holding you back? What's pulling you down? Yeah, that's a whole nother show right there. A whole nother show, man. But you know what we say on this show, guys? I'm most certainly going to say some things on this show that's going to make some people happy and bridge some gaps. But I'm also going to say some things on this show that people aren't ready to hear. It's going to make them mad a little bit. And that's okay, because guess what? Sometimes the truth hurts. We promise you guys not to say anything that we don't already know, not to try and convince you guys of anything, but to let you guys in on the things that we go through realistically, right? That's all we ever say. That's all we want to do is let you guys in on our lives. Not saying we got everything figured out, because I can promise you unequivocally, we do not have it all figured out. All we can do is share with you guys what we've been through, what we're going through, which in turn is the sum total of where we are right now. All right. And your life is the same. So, man, let's grind a little bit this morning. I know we got some folk on Facebook. I hadn't put us on IG yet. I think I want to do that today. They want to put us on IG. See if I can get us there. Yeah, I'm gonna go live right here on IG. Let me get this thing put up here. Then I'm gonna bring the IG family in for y'all. And then we're gonna do this roll call. Yeah. Hold on, bear with me. What's up, Blog Talk Radio, man? Great to see you guys. Great to have y'all on. Man, it's always a blessing to see you guys. If you want to be a part of the grind live, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and dial in. You can dial into the grind, right? You can dial in and you can make your voice heard. You actually can. That number, I'm gonna give you the number. Write this down, guys. Write this down. That number. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way so I can grab it. Let me get live over here. That number is 646-668-2564. 646-668-2564. Guys, you dial into the grind and you can actually hit the number 1. You can hear this audio firsthand. You hit the number 1 and you can actually raise your hand and you have something to say. Guess what will happen? We'll bring you on the air and you'll have the opportunity to actually share what's on your heart, what's in your spirit. The only thing we ask is that you guys be tasteful, no profanity, and respect the time. Respect the time. All right. No preachers. No preacher. Man, this is the realest show ever, man. We love you guys. Thank you guys for being a part of the grind today. Day Freedom Friday. So you know what? We got mimosas over here. We got mimosas. So the mimosas for us, guys, is a moniker for Freedom Friday. You know, we're going to sip and we're going to grind a little bit today. We're going to bridge some gaps. We know that something that we say, man, is going to help somebody today. If it only helps one person, then guess what? The show was an absolute success. And even if it doesn't help somebody live today, then guess what? Somebody's going to go back and they're going to go through the almost 300 episodes that we have in the archives at blogtalkradio.com/thegrind101. Guys, and they're going to tap into that thing and they're going to listen in and tune in and they're going to be blessed by something that they hear. All right. We got IG family is tuning in now, guys. Everybody's coming on. Let me get me a sip. That's good, guys. Go grab your mimosa, grab your whatever it is that you like to drink. Today is Friday, affectionately known as the start of the weekend for most people, right? For most people, the start of the weekend is Friday, right? So let's talk about why the start of your weekend is not Monday. Talk about that as well, right? But man, let's roll call a little bit. Let's do some roll call. I know some people are here, man. They jumped on, and we appreciate you guys, man. We love the fact that you guys are here. Let me back up a little bit. What's up, Tammy Star? You the first person to jump on this thing, man. God bless you. Thank you for being a part of the grind. Thank you for saying hello this morning. Miss Twyla Copeland, what's going on? Happy Friday to you as well. Kimberly Wooten Wilder, what's going on, young lady? Great to have you on the grind. Naja Levels, what's happening, team? Good to have you, man. Great to have you on, Naja. Janet Sims, what's popping? Great to have you on the grind. Thanks for tuning in. It's afternoon where you are. It's absolutely morning here on the West Coast. Christy Stevenson Shed, what's going on? Great morning to you as well. Mr. Derek Handy, what's happening, Derek, man? Great to see you this morning. Great to have you on the grind. You know, we grinded as always. Let's see who else we got. You guys are chiming in. I love it, man. I love it. I want to say absolutely every one of your names. I want to acknowledge that you guys are awesome and amazing. What's going on? What's we got? Mickey, just being me, Trotter. What's going on? Thank you for being a part of the grind. This is Freedom Friday. Absolutely. Miss Jamise Nichelle Scott, what's going on, superstar? Great to have you on the grind this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Miss Karen Hayes, what's up, fam? Good to have you, young lady. Hope everything is good on your end. Thank you for dialing in and tuning in to the grind as always. Miss Lisa Bacon, hello to you too. What's going on? Great to have you on the grind this morning. Lord, hold on. We got some extra audio going on here, y'all. I got to get rid of here. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right. What's going on? Michael Reynolds, what's good? What's good, man? Great to see you tuning in. And YouTube, man, it's awesome. We got the YouTube people on today as well. Man, the whole family is here today, man. Tell somebody the grind is on, and we get ready to grind and get some stuff established, man. We get ready to bridge some gaps today because the struggle is real and everybody goes through the grind. What's going on, Miss Athena Martin? Good morning to you, young lady. Thank you for being on the grind and tuning in. What's going on, Miss Ramonia Muhammad? We see you out there, superstar. Blessed day to you as well. I think you got almost everybody, man. I'll circle back to you guys. What's going on, IG, man? Great to see you guys. Thank you for saying hello, Miss Yvette Graham. What's popping? It pays to know Jaleesa. What's up, Jaleesa? Good to see you, girl. Thanks for tuning in to the grind, man. Yeah. Success always follows you. I see that. Who else we got here? Ricky Good Day. What's up, Ricky Good Day, man? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in to the grind. Thanks for saying hello, man. You guys know how it is. If you guys say hello to us, then we are absolutely say hello back to you. Thank you guys for being a part of the grind, man. We love you guys. And man, this show, man, this show is kind of like that show that, this, I'm gonna call it, look, it's the realest show ever, right? But here's the thing. You guys ever had that dog in your neighborhood that just walked around? He didn't have no collar on, or he may have had a collar on, and he just kind of like he didn't, he wasn't a house dog. He can be in the house, out of the house. He was super versatile, right? So this dude would go wherever he wanted to go. He wouldn't bite nobody. But he was just like the overseer. He was just like that dog that everybody knew. Oh, there go Rusty. That's Rusty. That's Miss Such and Such and them dog. There go Rusty. They see him roll him. See Rusty all across the highway on the other side of the neighborhood, on the other corner. You see Rusty. How did Rusty get across the street, right? How did Rusty cross the road? That's what this show is. This show is absolute freedom, absolute non-territorial. Guys, we go and say whatever it is that we want to say, guys, in the spirit of excellence, in the spirit of truth, and in the spirit of tastefulness, right? But we are most certainly going to say, guys, whatever we want to say in the realest aspect of what we want to say, ladies and gentlemen, is going to come out. And we promise you that it's coming from the inside and not the outside. What's going on, Miss TV Jones? See you out there. Thank you for tuning in to Instagram, man. Man, we love you guys, man. Let's get popping. Let's get grinding. Hopefully you guys had the opportunity to grab your mimosas or whatever your drink is of choice. I don't know what that is, right? Here's Pam McCray popping in, sliding in like risky business.
Is it my birthday celebration?
This weekend
Great
is
morning,
her
everybody
birthday.
on the grind.
You know, let me switch my mimosa over to this hand because you know she's very animated. I know she's gonna knock it out my hand.
Great morning, everybody
all over
jumping on the grind on Blog Talk Radio. Thank you for tuning in. To everybody that's on Facebook,
This your mic. This is your mic, okay? Use your mic.
Yes, it's my birthday weekend. Just got finished. Got some amazing guests in our household this weekend. I had to cook them some breakfast. All right, so
they grown. They could have cooked their own breakfast.
In for fixing breakfast right now. So, but I just say, hey, everybody, yes, chapter 51. I'm excited.
All right, so tomorrow is Pam's birthday.
Yes,
y'all didn't know. 53 years old tomorrow, and when that happens,
excuse me.
She look good for 53, y'all. That's my old lady right there.
God,
she is the epitome. You know how the fella say it. Where's my old lady? That's my old lady right there.
Whatever,
you know, she older than me. Right? Let me turn the mic off.
Turn. Yeah, you better turn
She's older than me.
Right? That is not the case.
I married her because I like older women. 31 years ago, I said I wanted an older woman, so I married Pam McCray.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I got me an older, seasoned woman.
Whatever.
You know them old ladies that walk around the little plastic cup, clear cup with the vodka in it, and they slur their words. That's how I met Pam. Miss Jenkins there. No, y'all, real talk, because somebody gonna take that to heart and somebody gonna spread that around because that's the world we live in, right? Pam is turning what? 51. Again. Pam is turning 51. Please spray the ages here on this show. This is the realest show ever. Yes. 51 tomorrow. All right. So Pam's Cash App is Pam.
You're so stupid.
It's gonna be like everybody on social media when it's their birthday. Put their Cash App scan code up there. Hashtag Cash App. You know, it'd be like, just send the money. Don't worry about going to buy the gifts. Just send the money, man. We are in a pandemic, and you know, I just need that money. Send me that cheddar, that Skrilla. Send it to me right now. But guys, man, so much is happening in the world right now. And you know, I wanna just say something very, very briefly because I want to keep the party started. You know, things happen that we learn from every single day. You know, and you know, the lesson is how quick do you learn from it? Right. As a people, I'm addressing my African American brothers and sisters right now. As a people, how do you deal with what happens in the world? Right? Tragic things happened, and tragic things have been happening for a long time. Right? You guys on this show, we say, "What's your number?" Right? What's your number? And how many times does it take you to get something and to understand something? Right? So on this show, guys, we're saying, what's your number? We've been dealing with Black inequality for a long time. Right? We've been dealing with racism for a long time. Right? We were oppressed for 400 years. So here we are still in a mental slavery. And even now we see that there's even physical slavery that's going on. Right? So, but we want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that we understand that this did not just start, right? The gentleman, Mr. George Floyd, that lost his life, it is tragic. And now the number that we have was so many numbers before when we decided that, okay, I'll just let that pass over. And it compounded itself. It gave power to the enemy, the people that actually were looking to do us harm, right? So here we are. Everybody's up in odds about what just happened, but this did not just start, right? So now what do? We do the same thing that we've always done, guys, but we add the 10x to it, right? Now we march, whatever it is that we do, but whatever we do it peacefully, right? And this is not what this show is about, but we need to address it, right? We do it peacefully. We show the world who we are. We don't go out looting everything and robbing and being violent. No, we figure out a way to address this situation intelligently, come together, unify, right? And when you unify, you stand together, you lock arms with one another, then that simply means that you cannot be broken. Right? There's strength in numbers. And we see marches, we see all over the world, not just African Americans, but we've got people all over the world, every color, every ethnic group that have stood up and they're saying, hey, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Right? Because if they'll do it to you, they'll do it to me. And it's just a matter of time before it happens when that atmosphere is actually fostered and allowed in society, period. Okay. So guys, just wanted to address that. And let's figure out how we can live together and edify one another and build one another up as opposed to tearing one another down. Right. And that's what the show is all about. Pam, you want to say something on that?
No, I mean, I just 1000% agree. There's power in unity, and we have to stand for something, or we fall for everything. And the tragedy of George Floyd, it hit differently, in this world. It has been happening to us, but it definitely hit differently. To see the video, to see what happened, our hearts and our prayers go out to his family and just everything. But it's crazy, it's nonsense. And so we got to come together, and we got to stand up for what's right. We got to continue to fight for our rights, for equality, letting them know that Black lives matter. And so, it's just unfortunate that we live in a world, where racism is real. It is. It's very unfortunate. But, I just believe that, when we come together as a people and we let them know that, we're tired. Right, we will not stand.
We tired, boss. We
will not stand. Right, for the nonsense, for you just taking it lightly to kill our Black men. It's just crazy. Nonsense is happening in this world.
And women.
And women.
And women.
Right, absolutely.
That's how bad it's getting.
Right, absolutely. And so we gotta rise up and conquer, baby. That's what it's all about. And so definitely wanted to address that because this thing is real, and we must not lay down and allow this to continue to happen because Black lives matter.
Absolutely. It's bigger than just the march, guys. It's about a lifestyle, what we create for ourselves and how we unify. And it goes back to even, supporting, your brothers and sisters in business and things of that nature. Guys, there's so many things that are happening behind the scenes that's really killing us mentally. It's killing us financially. Long before it kills us physically. Right. So we really have to understand. And guys, sorry for the noise. We got some people in the house today. No, it's good. We want them to have a good time. It's fine. They can celebrate. So guys, we don't want to belabor it, but we don't want to breeze over it either because it is a serious situation. But what matters is what do we do from here? Right. How do we move forward in this right now? How do we move forward from here? That's the key, right? The past teaches us, right, the things that we need to learn to have a better future, right? So now we know what happened was tragic. We can't change it. We can't bring it back. We can't bring George Floyd back. His family is devastated. That's time. Only time can heal that wound, and that is a deep, deep, deep wound, right? Families, friends devastated. But where do we go from here? How do we move forward? Pam said it hit different. If it hit different, then you got to move different, right? You got to do something different. And I believe that's where we are. So think about that when you're out and you're having conversations with your brothers and sisters, man, and you're being less than loyal, you're being less than loving, right? You're not, this whole thing about Black on Black crime, it wasn't fabricated by us, guys. It's just been it's been put under a microscope, right? Black people aren't killing Black people at an alarming rate. No more than any other race is killing each other, right? It's just been put under a microscope. Anything that you put under a microscope gets magnified, right? So guys, let's take that narrative and let's change it, right? Let's change it and let's love one another and let's just edify and be there for one another. And I think everything will start to get better. But of course, unify and conquer, right? Rise up. I like Luana says, rise up and conquer. Absolutely. Conquer mentally, conquer financially, and conquer physically. All right. So that leads us into what we want to talk about today, because we got some gaps to bridge, because we know there's some gaps out there. So, the enemy that's within, we talk about this all the time. And I was listening to my man, Billy Alsbrook this morning, and he got me fired up about something that I really want to talk about. And, we always talk about being a professional victim on this show, right? Why are you being a professional victim? You've got very, very good, professional victim. You've gotten very good at telling your story, right? On what happened to you, on how you're hurt, how you're damaged, how it's hard for you to pass where you are. You don't know what you're going to do all of the negatives you've gotten really, really good at, but say my famous word, guys, and I didn't even make it famous, but you suck at coming up with the solution, right? That pissed somebody off, right? But you suck at coming up with the solution. It only pissed off the people that are professional victims, right? So this is the realest show ever. I told you guys, we're going to say some things from here that people going to get mad about. That's okay, right? So you got really good at talking about the issue, but you don't put any time talking about or coming up with the solution, right? So which brings us to our topic. Only you can stop you. Only you can stop you. It is nobody else. There is no devil in the cupboard. There ain't no devil in your car. There ain't no devil in your bed. It's you. Right. The devil is inside of you. It's what is inside of you that can only stop you. Right? So what happens on the outside is inconsequential, right? It's what's happening on the inside, because what's happening on the inside is how you process to get past what happens on the outside.
No, that's good. I mean, absolutely, because you have the power to control you. But many times you're right. Professional victims get good at being the victim and always, just haphazardly do things, but yet want to take the victim standpoint, because that's the easy thing to do. Playing that victim, where you turn the tables and now all of a sudden you're the victim. But honestly, you had control of the situation if you just control you. Like real talk, and when we understand that we got the power to be in control of self, it's all about self-discipline. It's all about, thinking before you do things, thinking before you open your mouth, thinking and really taking into consideration, the effect, because there's always something called, just like with the compound effect. There's for the cause, there's for what you do, there's going to be some type of effect, right? Everything's come together, they're going to, whatever you do is going to end up creating some type of result, some type of effect, some type of situation, something, right?
That's right.
So it really has a lot to do with putting some thought into stuff, really.
That's
so
good.
That you don't
That's
have to
good.
find yourself in a position to where now you got to backtrack. And and not have to and things handle things in a different way,
And no, you're right, and I like where you are with that, because I believe that is the epitome of how we move forward.
Yeah,
we've always said we use a lot of cliches on this show, and we use a lot of cliches in life, period. Right? Some people just don't know how to state them, but life is like a big cliche. The things that are said, you got to know, when you're saying it, what they really mean. And we always say that life is 90%, 10% what happens to you, and 90% of how you handle it. Right. And I'm telling you, man, if I had to take any cliche that we've ever spit out, honestly, I would have to say that was right up there at the tippy top. Right. Because everybody has been held accountable to that phrase, to that one cliche, if you would, to that life governing phrase. Everybody has been accountable to that. It's so when things happen, right? So if this, and I'm going to use this as an example, if I spill this glass of mimosa right now, and I spill it, all over my shirt, and it's all over me, how am I going to handle that? Right now, we have some God-given emotions that God gave us. What are the emotions that come to mind at that point? You're angry, right? Man. And you're mad or angry. Yeah, you're like, God, and you go through it. And this is a very minor example, but you go through it, and you're like, why did this happen? You're like, oh my gosh, and it derails you. It totally takes you out, right? What I typically do, and I'm just give you guys my thinking of things. It sometimes are easier than other times, right? I always say that could have been worse. Right. That could have been worse.
That's true.
Right. And immediately what I do, Pam, is I pull out something that could have happened to make it worse. Right.
Right.
Just like this, if I dropped it, if I spill this on me, I say, man, I could have not only spilled this on me, but I could have broke the glass.
Broke the glass.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And and that's good because you know, I remember one of the things that we used to always say, and you used to say it a lot,
Mhm.
right? When we would go through different things in life.
God, I hope I don't spill my mimosa.
Right. And you remember how you say, it can't get no worse. Right? Every single time.
Boy, that was
That's
terrible.
why you gotta realize your words have creative power. Right, man. It can't get no worse than this. And honestly, you put those words out to the atmosphere every single time, right?
Mhm.
And attempted to get it got worse. So
It
you
got
gotta
worse.
really understand, you know, the things that you speak and the words that we use, they for real can create our life. And so when we put life to our words and we think about the things that we say and we you know, pay attention to the things that we think, and you know, are able to be in control of self. It's all about self-control, self-discipline, and really disciplining ourselves to be able to, you know, control our thinking, control our words, control our moves, control everything. Then, you know, it ends up coming out a much better
I want to grab
situation,
something right quick.
you know,
Go ahead.
because of the fact that we understand that we for real are in the position to be able to control self when you want to. And I can tell you that when you understand self-discipline, that I'm trying to stay here and stay there. But when you understand self-discipline and the power of it, it really is going to direct and position you and allow you to move in the right direction that you need to move in order to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish in life. I can say that's one of the things, one of the areas that I had to really work on, you know, when I had to think about the fact that I wanted more in life. And I had to understand that, you know, my thinking had got me to where I was at that point in time in life. The decisions that we made together as a couple, as a partnership in our relationship that Nate and I have, right, our marriage and everything. So when we realize and we now take responsibility, that's the key. You got to take responsibility for where you are, for the things that you've done, for the things that you haven't done. And when you now take responsibility and you really take the time to look at that man in the mirror, that's one of the things that I had to do every day, and I still do, in order to continue to grow, because none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all mess up, right? But thank God we serve a God of grace and mercy. His mercy is fresh and new every single day, right? And so, but we literally have to take control. And, you know, one of the things that I worked on was things that I thought, you know, really I had to change my thinking. And so when any type of negative thought, when any type of negative situation, you know, attempted to come in, and even when it does now, you know, because you're going to go through life, right? You're going to have the challenges, you're going to have the issues, you're going to have everything in hand. But literally, I just was like, we just like this, we all have the power to say, shift, and not allow it to come in. Not allow it to progress, not allow it to, you know, continue to move forward. You know, when you stop it in the midst of it and now take control of it, now you're able to realize that you have the power to control the controls that Nate and I talk about, you know, all the time. You know, we're in control. It's all about that self-discipline.
And that's a powerful word, control. You know, I was trying to find my book.
Which one?
One that I read a while back. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. And somebody mentioned it. And that's why I wanted to grab it. I told you guys, this is the people show. It's the realest show ever. And I love the comments that you guys put in. Pam and I, we look at them. And it's really good to see people that are on the same page. And man, I had to run up the stairs, man. So I'm
You out of breath?
That's crazy.
That means you need to exercise more.
Yeah, I need to get on that treadmill out there, I guess.
What book you looking for? You don't remember?
I can't. You have my my book? Let me see. Oh, that ain't my book. Let me check
You don't remember?
I do.
But anyway, I'm not sure what book he's looking for. But you know, we're on the topic this morning. Only you can stop you, right? And it's so true. And when we understand that we have the power to do just that, then I mean, think about it. Think about the things that you desire in life. Think about the goals that you have in life, the things that you dream of, the things that you want to happen in your life. Realizing and knowing that the only reason why they haven't been accomplished in your life to this day, or let's think about the things that you have accomplished, right? Think about the things that you have done. It started with a decision, right? You decided to do something different in order to get something different. And so when we understand that, and now what happened is, because you know exactly what you want and you're willing to sacrifice, you're willing to put in the work for it, you're willing to embrace whatever the process is for it. It's so big, it's so strong. It's the why, that very thing that's going to allow you to get up every day and to fly and move towards it. Then what'll happen is the actions will come. But it's too many times in life that we end up settling. We settle for the position that we're in, not realizing that, you know what, this is not how the story has to end. When we understand that we are the author, the producer of our own, author of our own story, the producer of our own movie, and that we can now get up every day and direct the steps in order to literally turn the page, in order to change the scenes, in order to design exactly how it's going to end. We'll get up every day, continue to move forward, and doing the things that's necessary, realizing that it's not going to be easy. Nothing in life worth having is going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of pain, right, that we got to go through, because our pain is always connected to our purpose. And so I can tell you that in realizing that the things that I had to go through in order to, fight through the fear, in order to fight through the shyness, in order to fight through, not being able to talk to y'all like this, in order to be able to fight through doing a lot of the things that I thank God that he helped me to understand that I had on the inside of me all the time, right? I just had to activate those things. And once I began to activate those things and to believe in myself and to work on me every single day, God just began to reveal even more things in my life, helping me to understand that I'm possible. And so that's what we got to do. We really, for real, created for greatness. When you really think about that, and that's my mantra. That's what God gave me many years ago, as I didn't believe in myself, as I, allowed fear to stop me. I wanted it, but I just was so bound by fear. Fear is bondage. Anything that is anything that's holding you bound, anything that's not allowing you to be free, anything that's not allowing you to operate in your purpose, anything that is holding you back, it means it's bondage. Okay, anything that doesn't line up with the vision and the purpose that God has given you for your life, it's bondage. And so it wasn't until I realized that I was in bondage, to fear and bondage in certain situations that I've been through in life, and to where, once I recognized it and I allowed God to really show me some things, because I had the discernment all along, but sometimes we don't move, right? Sometimes we don't control self. Sometimes we just allow ourselves to be, in certain things and do, and not do certain things and in certain situations just because, it's what everybody else is doing. But I can tell you, it wasn't until I for real said, let me listen and let me really understand, the power that is within, that I really began to shift things in my life. Yeah, bondage is real. And I see a question, and I don't mean to take over.
No, it's okay. I want you to say what you want to say. It's good. I want us to stay.
I couldn't do this, like, for real. And I thank God for
no, she couldn't. She's right.
I thank God for my husband, because God will give you everything that you need, for real. And he stretches me. Like, when we first talked about the show, and I know that Nate started this show by himself, and I've always, been right there by his side, because everything we do is a partnership. And so, but there were some things that I had to let go in my life in order to move into the position that God wanted me to be in, right alongside my husband. So I had to go through some things in order to get myself free, in order to now move forward. Mm-hmm. But I can remember when he, started, and we started to really come together and collaborate and really, have vision in place on what we were going to do. He's like, this is an unscripted show. Because I was like, I need a topic. What we talking about? We need some notes. Okay. Right? And he's like, no, this is unscripted. He said, because everything that we give has got to be real. Everything that we give to the world, it's got to be something that we've been through. And so therefore, if it's on the inside, right, it's got to come out. Right. And so he stretched me in so many different ways. you know, and I thank God for you, baby.
Yeah, thank you.
For real, because
thank God for you too.
know, it has helped me to continue to grow. And to really believe in myself even more, knowing, you know, that God for real has given me everything I need. And when I work on me every day and I read a book, I grow spiritually. I open up the word and I study and I listen. I don't just read, but I study and I listen. I put myself into different atmospheres throughout the day. You know, it has really helped to strengthen me and knowing that I am creative greatness for real. So thank you. Somebody asked a question right quick. How did you get released from the bondage of fear? And that's a great question, Athena. I worked on me. That's the only way that you can get released. So you have to work on you. And the very things that you fear are the very things that you have to do. Because once you do the things that you're afraid of, that first time, you'll be like, oh, that wasn't so bad. You know, I did it. I accomplished it. And you're going to be afraid. The first time I taught, if y'all could have listened to me like 5 years ago, when I first started this incredible company that we thank God for every day, our CEO and founder, Mr. Jack Fallon, I mean, literally heart of gold. And we're thankful for. I could tell you, I used to shake like a leaf. Like seriously, I couldn't even say a sentence without stuttering. And I used to want to be perfect, like in everything. Like I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to be perfect. But then I realized, you know what? The only perfection exists in God, right? He's the perfect one, right? And so therefore, I had to realize that I'm me, and I'm proud of who he created. And whereas my talents and my gifts are different from the next person, whereas some people may not understand the paths that God has to take you. And when I began to realize that this thing is all a part of my process, and just get up and just work on me and grow and focus and listen to what he is telling me to do, it ain't gonna be easy. Everybody not gonna accept you. Everybody not going to love you. Everybody is not going to support you. But when you know it's real and you getting it from God above, and you listen and you move and you step out there and do it, you can't just do it one time. You got to keep on doing it. Because the mind is the playground that Satan will operate. And so if you just do it every now and again, that fear is going to keep on trying to come in. But if you wake up every day and you push through and you do the things that you fear, one day and you start speaking the affirmations, believing in yourself, instead of saying, I'm shy, I'm afraid, because I used to speak those words. Words have creative power. And I replace those words when I'm bold, I'm confident, I am a winner, I am a champion. Yes, I can. And I started to fill my mind with words like that. And I started to get up every day and to shift, to jump up and down, to do whatever is necessary for real, turn on my music and create my atmosphere. I began to become more confident in me. And I work on me every day. I'm not perfect, but I work on me every day. And that's how I was able to overcome it.
Now take everything that she just said, guys, and relate it to you. All right. Because it was not about Pam. It's about you. Think about it. So she's giving you guys her testimony on how she overcame fear and broke bondage. And it's not an easy scenario. It's not an easy transition. But nobody ever said it was going to be easy.
Right.
But we absolutely said it was going to be worth it. So it's going to require something of you. So I want you guys to get in the mirror for yourself and say, you know what? Be real with me. Let me be authentic with me. And I believe that the level of sacrifice that you're making starts when you are in that mirror with yourself, and you're talking to yourself and you're spending intimate time with yourself. And we always talk about, you know, on this show, we talk about mindset a lot because this show is all about mindset, right? You hear that all the time, right? And we talk about your emotions. God gave us emotions, and you have to figure out how to use those emotions when. guys. And this is all going into the topic for the day, which is only you can stop you, right? That's why Pam was giving her testimony about how she was able to stop stopping herself, right? How are you going to be able to stop stopping you, right? And that's the key. We said in the beginning of the show, don't sit back and be a professional victim, right? Because when you become the professional victim, that means that you really want to stay where you are because you become a pro at what you do. So you just stay there, and you get really good at getting people to feel sorry for you. You get really good at accentuating the problem, but you suck at actually coming up with the solution.
Right.
And whatever that process is that you need to take to come up with a solution, figure out what that process is. It may be a person that you need to call and tap into. First of all, it's you saying, what can I do? Right? How can I affect my own situation?
Right.
And in the book that I was looking for that I can't find, I read this book a year and a half ago or so, about on emotional intelligence. And I think Michelle Trotter actually mentioned it. That's what brought it back to mind. And it's the foundation of really is a part of my foundation.
You lost that book in the airport or something?
I don't remember losing. I know I was reading at one point. I had it. It seems like I remember having it, but it was the book was on emotional intelligence. I bought it in the airport. It's on emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence is is all centered around knowing what emotion to apply, when and where, right? And it's not about a negative programming. It's about positive programming, because a lot of people don't understand how to govern and control their emotions, right? Some people are saying, well, they'll call people emotionless. It's not about, you're not emotionless. You know when to deploy the correct emotion, right? So guys, that's really something that you have to, that's a skill set. All right. That's not something that people are just born, because we born with these raw emotions, right? So these raw emotions, the anger, fear, the happiness, sadness, all of these emotions that we have, that really govern what we do. Really, how you react to a thing is really how it says whether or not that thing is going to be perpetuated in a negative or a positive light. So you have to understand how this thing really works. The law of attraction is no respect of person.
Right, absolutely.
It is not. It's no respect of person. It's no respect of what you give it. So that means if you give it, if you put out negative, you're going to give back negative. If you put out positive, of course, you get back positive. So the way we combat that, guys, is we get in contact with our emotions, because this is all part of actually controlling yourself, the inner you. And I know that seem kind of deep, but guys, it's who you are on the inside that matters. What you are on the outside doesn't matter. Who people perceive you as is on the outside doesn't matter, because it's easy to put a mask on. I could get on here and tell you guys this stuff today and turn these microphones off and live my life like holy hell. I could. But if I did that, then I would not be able to get on here and be unscripted with you guys. I wouldn't. And one of the reasons why I do what I do, and one of the reasons why Pam does what she does, guys, is so that, we can be genuine and authentic, in every situation that we're in. The Nathan Pam that you see, and think about yourself in this situation. The you that you see now, the you that people see now, is it the you in private, right? Is the you in private and the you in public two the same people, right? Are the same person, or they two different people? And I believe that's the key for us to realize in life, is that, man, I can't keep up with, I just can't keep up with lies. I can't lie to people. I can't keep up with them. I suck at that, right? So I'd much rather just tell you exactly what's happening, right? I don't want to have to, what did I tell this person? I told them that I was doing this. So, I can't let them see me here because I told them that I was going to be here. No. If I'm getting up, so I'm going playing golf today, I'm going to play golf today. Okay. And, but I'll do this. Okay, but I'm going to play golf. So everybody in the free world knows I'm going to play golf. Right. I don't have to hide that from somebody. If you're a person, you wanted to play golf, and I said, we'll play golf one day, and I get up, I decide to make a tee time for myself because I want to play by myself, right, and work on some stuff. I'm going to play golf. And when somebody called and asked Pam, it was Nate, Nate's playing golf.
Right.
Oh, he said we were going to play. Well, he wouldn't play. And come, man, I thought we were going to play. I wanted to play by myself today. I don't have to make an excuse, right? And I believe that's what life is. Life, being authentic and real with yourself first is practice to be authentic and real with everybody else. And honestly, when we started this show, and you guys think about the thing that you start and what your baselines are for it, right? Because you got to have a baseline, right? If you don't have that baseline, then it's hard to really move, right? Because the world is constantly changing. But what's your baseline? When we started the show, Pam is absolutely right. You know, Pam was like, I need some notes. I need some bullet points. I need to know what's going on. I said, well, you can. Me out. Like, right. She'd be like, and they should do it on purpose.
About to talk about today. Yeah. What we about to do?
She used to be like, what are we talking about? I'd be like, and I used to tell her, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Right? Because I honestly, 9 times out of 10, guys, I don't know. Right. I'm late when I get on this show. Sometimes when I turn this microphone on, I don't know what I'm going to say until I start saying it. Right? Sometimes God gives it to me the night before. Sometimes he gives it to me last week, and I write it down, and I know what I want to talk about. Sometimes he'll give it to Pam. Right. And Pam say, I want to talk about this today. And I'll be like, okay, cool, let's do that. Right. You know, and it always falls in line. Sometimes we don't get it until we turn these microphones on. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the reality, because we always talk about what's on the inside. Now think about you. Transfer that to you. Only you can stop you. Right. So how do you stop you? We're getting ready to cross the bridge now. We're right there. So how are you stopping yourself? You already know how you're stopping yourself. We just told you that, right? Not being authentic, not being real with yourself, right? You're being that professional victim. That's how you are stopping yourself, right? Continually doing the same thing that you've done to date. That's how you've gotten where you are and what you have right now, right? So now how do you cross the bridge? How do you change the narrative? How do you turn the page? How do you actually say, you know what, I want to do something different so that I can have something different? And it's as simple as that. You got to do something different to have something different. I heard a great statement this morning, Pam.
What's that?
Great statement. And I loved it so much that I wrote it down.
Okay.
You know, when I told Pam we started the show, I said, no scripts. I said, but you can bring a book down with right, because we even have mine. Yeah. You know, coordination, right?
I write things down.
Yeah, and I heard this. And I heard this from my boy Billy Alsbrook. He's my new all-time favorite right now. But he said every act of creation requires an act of destruction. You got a minute to write that down, because that's just how every act of creation requires an act of destruction. And as always, Billy, and I'll give you credit for that the first time. The next time it's mine, right? Because it's a powerful statement. So what does that really mean? You know, that really means that in order to create, you have to destroy something, right? You got to destroy something. And there's something in you that's causing you not to have a space to create, not to have a direct link to create. So you have to destroy what's on the inside that's rotten to the core. You got to destroy the thing that's causing you to choke on average, right? You got to destroy the thing that's causing you to stay stuck. When you destroy the things that are holding you back, the things that you've done to date that haven't gotten you anywhere, when you start going in, and it's like going through your closet, going through clothes that you know you don't need. When you keep all of the clothes that you know you don't wear anymore, that you know you can't fit anymore, you don't even like it anyway, you don't throw it away.
You talk about me.
No, I'm not. But they say hit dog or holler. They say hit dog or holler. I wasn't talking about you. I was actually talking about myself.
Everything out my closet while they here. Please take it.
I was actually talking about me, but they said hit dog or holler, y'all. So when you start cleaning that thing out, guess what that does? It makes room for new creation. Right. So now I don't have. Now I know, because when you think you have. It all goes back to that thing. You think you know what you know, but you don't really know, right? You think you have what you have, but you don't really have it. It's a false sense of perception. So when you're looking I'm using the closet as an analogy, right? When you're looking in your closet and you see things that you know that just look like you got a lot of clothes, but then when you go in your closet and you come out saying, I can't find nothing to wear.
I want y'all to know, y'all can congratulate me because I cleaned my closet up.
Wait,
I can see everything. It's just too much nonsense.
wait a minute.
All of which I don't want.
She says, I have nothing to wear. I go stick my head in her closet, which, by the way, is 2 or 3 times bigger than my closet, right? And I said, you don't have nothing to wear in there?
Oh, God.
It's clothes everywhere. But it's a great example, guys, that you have to, something has to be destroyed, right, in order to create. Let it go. That could be, we're using the clothes as an analogy, right? Because I got some stuff in my closet that I need to let go of too, just not as much as him, right? But when you can relate this to real life stuff too. People, places, things. We talk about those all the time.
Right.
Until you destroy the things that are causing you to choke on average, right? You're choking on average because you're not willing to let something go or destroy something in order to create something, right? God created a tree, right? If God created a tree, then why did God create trees? A, for oxygen, right? The branches give out oxygen. B, they're beautiful, right? You look at them, you're enamored by them. But, man, we figured out how to destroy the tree and to create furniture. Build houses that you live in today, right? So unless you're a super minimalist, you're appreciative of that, right? So what happens? They cut the tree down, and then they made it so in the tree or eventually grow back at some point in time. Eons down the road, I guess. I don't know how that process works, but they destroy something to create something. What happens when you do that in your life? What happens when you get that person out of your life that's holding you back? What happens when you talk to that person that's verbally abusing you and you're taking it? What happens when you confront that person or you pack up your stuff and you roll out? What happens when that person that's physically abusing you? And you just say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just move. I can tell you what happens. It's the same thing that happened to me when I left, my home. Right. When I left my hometown, I knew unequivocally, guys, that in order for me to create a new mindset, a different mindset, I had to get out.
Yeah.
I had to create a different narrative for myself. And not that I had a terrible life. I love my family. I love my mom and dad. I love everybody. Right. But I knew I had to create a different dynamic for myself.
Right.
So I went to the military.
In order to not be in the same position.
Absolutely.
For real. You had to destroy something in order to create something. And that's a very powerful quote. And when we understand that, you got to cut off some things, got to let go of some things, because those very things are the things that's keeping you back, holding you back from the next level. But you have to really take the time to identify what are those things, because if you don't really identify and be real with yourself, then you allow yourself to literally just settle at average and to not let go of the very things that are holding you back. Yeah,
and that's real, man. That is so. It's not going to be easy either. No, it's going to be a challenge for you, right? But guess what? Here's the trading, guys. It's going to be out. You've actually done. It's going to be hurdles. Think about your age right now. Think about in your mind how old you are right now, right? If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, right? And just think about that. It's taken you. I'm going to make this statement. It's going to pertain to some people. Some people it's not going to pertain to. Okay. So don't get mad. All right. But if the shoe fits, pick it up, put it on and wear that thing. Okay. When you really think about your age, 30, 40, 50, whatever you are, right? And you think about your age and you say, this is the reason why I am where I am right now. It's taking me all of this time to destroy my life. Right. It's taking me all this time. Yeah. To build up this facade in my life that's not productive. And so it's been 30 years. How can I feasibly expect for this to take a day to fix?
Right. Absolutely. Right. If it took 30, 40, 50 years to create the situation or to remain in the same place, to allow average to overtake you, it's going to take some time to get yourself out of that thinking and working on you every day in order to have that shift. But you got the power right then and there. And I think about it, I don't know. It's something for real about the age of 50. Okay, because it was just like
that's half a century. Half a century, half of your life is gone.
When I approached 50, last year. And I don't know what it was. Okay. But, I thank God for discernment, because, he will give, the discernment, but it's a matter of whether we choose to listen, right? Because he's not going to violate choice. Okay. And but literally it was during that season to where I'm like, and I had no choice. Like, he put me in a position to where I had to listen and pay attention. Thank God, that I began to listen and understand. It was just something about being 50, approaching 50 for real, to like the light bulb was like, whoo, but I'm thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for the pain. I'm thankful for, everything that I had to go through in order to become, who I am today, and even the things that we continue to go through on a daily basis, because I wouldn't be who I am. And it was a part of my process, and so I had to realize that and recognize it. But the greatest thing about it, for real, is that it's never too late. It's never too late. Every day is a new day. Right? With the God that we serve. Every day is a new opportunity for us to get up and to decide and to say, no longer, I refuse to remain in this situation. I refuse to remain average. I refuse to not become all that God created me to be. It's never too late. I don't care how young, how old, it is never too late to begin to realize the purpose that he has given each and every one of us, that's connected to the potential that each and every one of us have on the inside. Potential means we talked about it, we have not done it yet. It's time for us to decide to destroy what is holding us back in order to create, in order to walk in the potential that we got, in order to be a blessing in somebody else's life. Everything we go through is not for us, for real. It ain't. And so when we are not operating in the purpose that God has created us, right, for, then we are hindering the person out there that's supposed to be connected to us, that we're supposed to be a blessing in their life. And that's the reason why so many purposes, so many dreams, so many talents, so many gifts are in the graveyard, because people never take the opportunity to get out of the way of self, all right? Realizing this thing ain't about you, right? Realizing that you're the only one that's stopping you, because everything that we need, the power, everything is right here on the inside. We just gotta activate it.
So since you went to that level, because we're talking about only you can stop you, okay? And relate this to you. That's the biggest thing I can say. You hear Pam telling you her story. Relate this to you, because that's what this is all about. This is about helping you bridge gap. Pam has already bridged your gap. Okay, she's bridging more gaps, new gaps every day, right? And we all are, right? Nobody has life all figured out. But you can give yourself a very good advantage. And it all starts with the mindset. So, and we talk about that over and over and over on this show, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're trying to get and break the spirit of average, there are a lot of things that are going to come. And think about that for your situation right now. I don't know what your situation is. I don't, but I know that struggle is struggle. Mm-hmm. It's universal. Everybody struggles, right? That's why in the industry that we're in, a person that can identify with the people that struggle the most are the ones that win, right? Mm-hmm. You have to identify. He who fixes the most problems wins, right? So here we are in a society where everything is jacked up. There's a whole bunch of crap going on, right? So if you're thinking about your life in the midst of all of this crap, right? How are you handling the crap? Because it's 10% is 90% of what happens and of how you handle it, and 10% of what happens. It doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. What are you doing on the inside to fix it? Are you being a professional victim or not? Mm-hmm. Are you every time you pick up the phone to talk to somebody, is something negative coming out of your mouth, right? You're not going to hear Pam and I when we talk to anybody, especially people, honestly, especially people that are where we're trying to go. We ain't talking about negative stuff. We're identifying things that we know we're changing, we're doing, we're shaking, we're moving. What's the next step? We're not talking about what happened yesterday. Right. That's done. We don't let that define us, right? How do we move forward from right here? Yeah. How do we move forward? Yeah. How do we fix this? How do we move forward? And I think if we spend more time focusing on the solution, right, and not the problem, then I believe that's when things start to change. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we don't know what your situation is, mm-hmm. And whatever it is personally, only you know that. But it comes a moment in your life when you have to figure out when am I going to change my narrative? When am I going to change it? When am I going to actually be creative with greatness? Because you hear Pam say all the time, you have everything you need on the inside, right? And me and her have debated that, but we took it all the way down to the core, right?
Right.
And that's the only way we were able to come to some common ground, right? And I'll tell you what I mean when I say that. We had to take it all the way down to the core because in essence, God created everybody to be great in whatever their purpose is, right? And I keep saying this quote, and it stays in my mind. You know, Joe Namath said, you know, if you're not gonna go all the way, which translated to me is if you're not gonna be the best that you can be, then why go at all? Right? Why go at all? So I don't know anybody that verbally stand up or mentally says, I just want to do this, and I just really want to be average or below average.
Right.
I don't want to be the best at it. I just want to do this thing, and I want to be off the radar. I want to be average. I don't want to draw no attention to myself. I just want to be below average.
Right.
I've never met a person to say that. I haven't. But how do people, with that being said, how do people become average and below average? How does that happen, right? So if you're looking at the essence of this, we're all created to be something great, right? Yeah, settling is the key. But you're right, Pam. We were all created to be something great. But somewhere along the way, I want you guys to really get this, hear me, listen to me, okay? Somewhere along the way, something changed. Something changed. Life happened, because we always say dream, life, dream, right? So you dream as a kid, right? You want the world as a kid.
Right. You
believe. You believe. You're like, there's nobody's telling you can't as a kid. We tell our son every day, son, you can be whatever you want to be, right? Preparing him for when somebody tells him you can't be whatever you want to be. Somebody's going to tell him, but he has to have enough I can to combat the I can'ts. So you foster that as a kid, and then life happens. You get bills, you get heartbreaks, all of these different things. You start a business, you lose things, and life happens, and then you're like, woe's me. And then you get really good at telling your story on how the world has just crapped on you. But you settled. You've accepted it because people are paying you more attention as a victim as opposed to a victor. And that's what you want. Deep down, guys, we all just want to be noticed. We all just want, we want people to see us and say, job well done. That's awesome. You are great. We deep down, whether you want to admit it or not, deep down, we all just want people to see us and say, that's an awesome person right there. How do you get that vernacular to come out? Right? How do you get that to actually come out of people? It's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And if we're looking at what we are really entangled in, guys, this thing called life, if you can average, right? Then that means you dream, and then you dream some more, and then you dream some more, and then you dream some more. You keep dreaming. And if you can keep dreaming, you can keep achieving. Because when you dream, it motivates you to put the action in. So how do you keep the life part from choking you out, right? The life part is going to keep choking you out, guys, if you keep exposing yourself to the life part. So that means we talk about it all the time, people, places, things. If you allow those things to continually permeate your life and not cut them out, and as I've said before, Pam, people thought I was crazy when I said this when we first started the show. In my world, 2 + 2 may not equal 4. 2 + 2 equals whatever the heck I say it equals in my world, right? So that allows me to be able to create for me, right? That statement allowed me to be able to create the grind, because there was a cookie cutter. There's a cookie cutter for a quote unquote blog talk radio show or podcast, but I didn't want to be cookie cutter. I wanted my show to be whatever it was, to be whatever that represented me and how I thought.
Right.
So 2 + 2 may have equaled 5 for me, right? But out in the world, I know that 2 + 2 is 4. So I have to play that game. But where I create, 2 + 2 is whatever the heck I want it to be.
Whatever you want to be.
Whatever I want it to be. I can create what I want to create because I've destroyed some things in my life. You can destroy some things in your life right now, not tomorrow, today. You can write them down like Pam just said. You can identify the things in your life that you need to destroy. You need to get rid of, and you can start creating today. I believe that's the key, and I believe that's the foundation of this show today. Destroy it so that you can create.
I love it.
Because that's what's keeping you, that's what's holding you back.
Absolutely. I mean, that's it. You know, destroy it to create it. Only you can stop you. And so when you understand that, you realize that, then you realize that you can control the controls. The power is within. And all you got to do is make a decision to cut it off, to move forward in order to get the things done that God has called each and every one of us to go out to do. Everybody won't understand it, but as long as you do, keep moving forward and watch him multiply, show up and show out in your life. So just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning into The Grind on this incredible Friday. It's my birthday weekend, y'all.
And you still babysitting that mimosa over there, just for the record.
It's like the mic.
I've already finished mine.
The mic is like a little.
You got an IAO, baby. You got an IAO, man. Nothing can stop made up mine.
You're right.
Nothing can stop a made up mine.
But yes, I'm just excited to just have some fun with some friends this weekend. And hey, chapter 51. I'm ready for all that God is about to, bring, allow me to go through, and definitely grow through. Yes.
Absolutely. So, man, thank you guys for tuning into The Grind, man. Remember, The Grind happens every Tuesday and Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Guys, tell somebody about The Grind. This is really a show where we absolutely bridge gaps every single show. And we know that we appreciate every one of you that tune in on all platforms, man. Go have a winning weekend, guys, and don't let anything stop you. Whatever you do, get all of that stuff out of your life, guys. It destroyed to create, man. God bless y'all. Love y'all.
Very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you
get hit and get back up.
Forward.
Come on.
They keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Yeah.
If you know what your worth, then go out and get what your worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
That's you.
You're better than that. Better than that. That's how we do it.
That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done. Fall on them haters. That's how winning is done.
They tell the world I'm ready. Some souls on, put some sixes on the shed. Ain't no holding me back, cause I'm the new disease. Ain't no
holding me back, cause I'm the new disease.
I'm a beast, riding in my seat. Open up the doors of the town and see I my brother just got murdered, he's doing dead time. Steady coming with the wheels, doing dead time. But I can't stop my nigga. I gotta grind again. My kids gon' bury me in hundreds when I see the kid. My granny got something from me and I ain't hurt. They don't give up to keep that swagger working. So that swagger working. Every day I'm working. Cause it's hard to have swagger when your pockets hurting. But it's all good. Yes, it's all good. Now it's time next year I'm about it. This is where I'm from the bottom. I'm gonna make it to the top. Through the joy and through the pain. That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done.
That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done. We ball on them haters.
That's how winning is done.
That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done.
That's how winning is done. We fall on them haters. If you got money in the club, like how winning they go.
Let's go, y'all.
That's how winning. That's how winning is.
Go kill it, man. Love y'all, man. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, man. God bless y'all.
Have an amazing